God.
That shit was funny. Just the fact that the first thing I saw was like when I checked last night, was Kuzma going, Jesus would probably be in front of me and I'll still shoot it. That's hilarious.
Sounds like Jesus don't got good defense.
That's tough.
Clearly.
Yeah. I was like, let's not do that.
It's like the only time I ever seen his hands up was, you know what? Never mind.
Yep. That's what I was like, let me not.
Let me stop. Sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Well, he died for my sins, and that was a sin, so he died for that. Thank you, Jesus. So he died for me to be able to do that.
You going to hell?
He fouled out to give us our 5 minutes of fame.
Oh no!
Man.
But then they reviewed the play. Then it was a 3-minute delay. They reviewed the play.
overturned the
They
call.
overturned it. That's why he came back. Ended up dropping another 25 points in the fourth quarter.
The new story of Easter.
Oh my God.
The story
wow.
of Easter was just them throwing it to Secaucus.
I can't wait to look
Renaming the New Testament the second half.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 53 of the Sarutobi Sports Pod. We're here in Regrown Recordings as always, and I have my guys with me. To my right, I have Mr. Worldwide West, the Vice President of the Knicks.
You already know. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all having a good week, staying safe, all that good stuff. I hit a little bit in Atlantic City. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it.
And, and to my left, I have Justin Thomas.
Nematodes are people too.
Yo, that was a great SpongeBob reference. That was really good.
And then, as always, we have a Sarutobi sound man himself, Mr. Matt Barber, helping us out.
Hello.
Keeping us sounding velvety to bless your eardrums once again.
Velvet.
Lord.
But yeah, there's a couple other things going on.
We have power today, so there's no
that's big,
hurricanes
that's
going
big.
on. So
It's a nice day outside.
Yeah, we're good. I don't think we're gonna lose power. We're gonna sound. God willing, everything is gonna be fluid and things don't pull the plug in here. You know what I'm saying? We good.
Boo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. Fuck you.
I gotta say, it is a good day, man. Woke up, went to my dentist appointment. No cavities as always, because I'm just out here rocking it.
That's good.
Got a new dentist, so that's interesting.
Is it a black dentist? I've never seen a black dentist in my life.
I have not.
Only on Broad City, and it was
Broad City.
Was it Hannibal Buress? Is that his?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But no, it's funny because the practice actually got bought out. It used to be this old white guy that did my teeth, who was a cool dude.
Oh.
But he sold the practice because he just retired.
Okay.
And now it's like basically like Hispanic run now, which is kind of cool. Like it's all remodeled and shit.
Right.
And this is the second time going since it's remodeled.
You fucking with it?
I'm fucking with it. Fucking with the front desk staff heavily.
Yeah.
The dental assistants heavily.
Dental assistants.
Listen,
That'd be the best
scrubs,
part.
dog.
That's
Listen.
the real treat of having no cavities. I'm
Fuck
saying
with
you
it
see the
heavily.
nice little dental
Yeah.
assistants,
Bro.
Fuck with 'em.
Listen to Scrubs.
Yeah, it's the scrubs.
This is Scrubs.
Bro, it's the scrubs.
Scrubs
No,
are...
but it's also the receptionist because it's reception, man. That's the people you got to talk to. They handle your insurance, and it's pleasurable now.
They're all
I didn't like dealing with reception because it's always a hassle. I actually enjoy reception now. But no, my dentist I'm not sure if she's Spanish or not. Only because like they're all wearing like the face coverings and face shields, so I only saw her eyes. She didn't really have an accent, but she was telling me she had just kind of came to New York like 2 years ago, and she's from the Midwest, from Chicago.
Oh,
So we were just like just chopping it up. And like once I told her like I work for CBS Sports, then we just started talking about sports.
oh yeah, there you go. Secret lovers.
It was funny because
That's what we are.
but then we got into like just like random stuff and like how her
Dude, she's
fiance.
banking with the dentist.
No, I was there just
Damn, this might
listening.
have to get cut. Fuck.
I was just there listening as my mouth was wide open. Pause. While they
No
had
pause.
the dental
Nah, no pause
instruments
on
in
that.
there.
No pause on that.
But
You good?
she was like, no, but she was telling me like how like her fiance is.
I hate you, John.
It's funny you used the Cuba Gooding Jr. Button because we had a similar joke earlier when you weren't coming. So Matt was telling us about how Smash Mouth was doing this concert for a biker group out in South Dakota. And they basically went on the mic and said, wait, Matt, what'd they say?
Well, like nobody was social distancing. Nobody was wearing masks. It's like some regular festival. It's like a biker festival. So like, I guess, I don't know if they were being interviewed or like they said it on stage, and the lead singer of Smash Mouth was literally just like, fuck COVID.
Fuck that COVID.
Yeah,
So somebody fuck that COVID shit.
Oh man, I was here.
Until we don't get the audio for that, we could make that into a second button.
Yeah,
New buttons will be next week. I just obviously couldn't do it this
hey
week.
man, listen, don't worry. We got
If
some.
he said that shit on stage, it's got to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, we can find it.
Somebody
terrible.
fuck-
We can find it. Oh boy,
man, yeah,
John,
we
what you looking at? Yeah, see,
was you
see
telling
who-
a story.
See who got caught. Anyways, but yeah, so let's do this.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Oh, you found it?
It's 14 seconds. Hold on.
We're going crazy, you know? And now we're all here together tonight. And we're being human once again. Fuck that COVID shit.
Fuck that COVID shit.
Fuck that COVID shit.
Somebody once told me.
My friend, I sent it to my friend. He says the Death Star's coming, and the Death Star's coming, and the Death Star's coming.
Somebody once told me COVID was gonna roll me. I ain't
niggas
the
are-
sharpest tool.
Y'all niggas are crazy, son. Oh
the
my
Death Star's
god.
She
coming in,
was
the Death
looking
Star's
kind of dumb with her mask around her face. Yeah.
Go
Anyway,
home.
I'm not a lyricist.
Sorry, man.
Oh boy, but it is what it is. But speaking of COVID, COVID's really about to shut down probably the greatest export, one of the greatest exports America has, which is
Cotton.
close.
Okay.
Close.
Right.
Well, the ancestors of these
shit,
people,
I
you
was
know,
gonna
it's
say.
a whole big thing, you know.
I'm
Slaves,
glad I
but
didn't
slavery,
say
but with
what I
extra
was gonna
steps.
say. Shit, I was.
Yeah, man, we got a breaking news. I mean, it's breaking right now, but it's not really. It won't be breaking by the time y'all hear it. But
And maybe more things will break by the time you guys hear this.
yeah, but yeah, honestly, the Big Ten just announced that they're canceling their football season, which is kind of OD if you think about it, because that's Big Ten is what? That's Michigan, Ohio State,
Yep.
those
Michigan
Mi-
State,
Michigan
The
State,
Ohio State.
Iowa,
Oh, the Ohio. Yeah,
Penn State.
Oof.
So
Fuck
Nebraska,
Penn
Wisconsin.
Rutgers. Oh man.
They are an
Oh,
embarrassment.
darn.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Rutgers football is an embarrassment to the Big Ten. If they want embarrassments in the Big Ten, you could have just had Temple there, and at least you'll have an NFL-sized stadium where you can put your Big Ten schools. You have Michigan, Penn State, Iowa, Nebraska can come to Philadelphia, and all that. You know, then you have a NFL-sized stadium. What do we look like putting these teams in Piscataway, New Jersey? Right? I don't think you got. Actually, no. Yes.
Go ahead.
Rutgers is an embarrassment. They suck. Get out of the Big Ten. Go to the MAC. Go to the Big Sky. Somewhere. Not the Big Ten.
Big Sky.
I don't know how long Rutgers can suck at the teat of the Big Ten until the Big Ten is just like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right idea. You know what it is?
Maybe this ain't it.
Because they think, oh, because Rutgers is right there. Oh, New York. Nigga, nobody in New York gives a fuck about college football like that.
right.
Unless you go up to Syracuse, and even then, it's not even really like that.
Damn.
Matt, am I right or am I right?
You're right, because we suck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you honestly, if you go to in New York City, there are way more like Penn State bars, Michigan bars, like way more other schools bars aside from the schools that actually play in New York.
Everyone went to Penn State.
I'm just saying, but there's a lot of people in the tri-state area that
Fuck
went
Penn
that went to Rutgers.
There's a lot of people that did go to Rutgers.
Like, so I'm just saying. Sorry, that was my spiel about the Big Ten. But I mean, this is significant news, though. Just
yeah,
It is significant news because once the NCAA goes, fuck, we're ruining our chance to make money on these kids without paying them. You know.
it's the
NFL season's still gonna happen. There's way too much money in that. I feel like, and the thing is with the NCAA,
I'm so nervous.
They don't want to be liable for what happens to like-
Minors.
yeah, exactly. For children, essentially.
well, that's the thing because in NFL, it's essentially adults that can make their own decisions. You know, they don't have to answer their parents or anything like that. They want to opt out. That's on them. They are adult decisions. Whereas this, you know, college sophomore, you know, probably could be 19, 20 years old, still lives at home with his parents under their parents' insurance. Like,
Yeah.
the
But
liability is crazy.
funny enough, like I'll talk about, since we bring up Penn State, one of the linebacker prospects. He's like one of the main ones. His name is Micah Parsons. He opted out like early, like I think a couple weeks ago. And it's kind of funny because like people that opt out, he's obviously gonna go to the league next year. But like the other people that had opted out, like they get like their scholarships retained and all that stuff. So I'm wondering now like how that's gonna work since the Big Ten they basically just canceled their whole football season.
Well, I think that's the interesting thing about it, and I think we kind of started seeing it more at the beginning of COVID when the spring sports are getting canceled, and like the spring sports like baseball, softball, like swimming and cross country and things like that. The schools were saying like, "Oh yeah, we'll honor your scholarships for next season," but because football has so many players and so many scholarships and only so many that you can give out, right? You have I think 100 players on a football team. How many scholarships do they give out to incoming freshmen and then transfer guys that are transferring? Right. If I want to opt out and I'm a junior, can I retain my scholarship for next year, or did you give my spot away to an incoming freshman who's a 4 or 5 star?
Right. And I think with this now, because I know the ACC as of Tuesday 8/11, so I got to disclaim that as of now, as of this date. I think the ACC and SEC, they still didn't opt out, but everywhere else basically did, because it's the Big 10, the Big 12. I think did they opt out?
Nah, I know they're voting on it.
They're
there's like a whole bunch of votes and stuff going on this week, but what's interesting is that the AAC isn't. There's a lot of like the MAC, like the big, like all like the mid-major type of conferences have all just canceled the season. The American was like, "Yo, we're gonna put out 12 games this year," and I'm just like, "Oh,
dude, I don't know, man.
Easy there, buddy."
It's even like with the NFL, like Miles, it's pretty morbid, but it's like you're right, where it's like you always talk about, where it's like it feels like until someone dies, people aren't gonna take the shit seriously.
Yep.
And my thing is, with the NFL, it makes me super nervous just because of the way the game of football is, but also it's like hearing. Like, I spoke about the Mark Andrews thing last time. And then recently, Calais Campbell is like, yeah, I thought about opting out because he's had, like, severe, like, asthma issues and shit like that, and, like, breathing problems. And I was like, bro, I get it. You're older. This could be a year for a chip if there is a season. You're a vital part of the team. This is your life.
That's the thing.
This is your life.
Yeah.
And you figure, like,
wait until there's a vaccine or something.
Which is weird to think that guys in the NFL, like, obviously they're older, like, the guys in, like, their 30s or whatever. Yeah. But, what's the difference between a college athlete who's a senior that's maybe 21, 22 years old and a guy that's, 25 in the NFL? I would say, like, even though we mature as we get older, I mean, the maturity level can't be that much different between, like, 25 and 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like thought process. So maybe at 23, between like 22 to like 27 year gap, you're thinking like a certain way of life and things like that. Whereas like if you're 30, 31, 32, you're like, well, no, because there's other factors involved and things like that. And like thinking about your long-term health as opposed to just like an in the moment, in the now type of, thought
it's
process.
Like, it's almost like he's like, all right, well, if I get it, I'll probably survive it because I'm healthy. And then even if I have lung like issues after, I probably would still want to chip this season.
I got the ring anyway, so
I don't need to play anymore. Like, but I don't know. It's just real. It's real spooky. But
spooky to say the least. I feel like, and the thing is, it's like with baseball, we already see the outbreaks how they've been happening, and the Cardinals, they still haven't came back and played yet. And the Marlins, they just came back. They just came back last week.
But so now the Indians are the 2 guys that tested positive. Yeah, they went out, and
they said Mike Clevenger and then somebody else, and it's like even with that, we see how it is with fucking with baseball. Like now we're talking about kids in college. You think that they're really gonna respect this thing of social distance? I don't know.
Athletes
in
college,
right?
Like.
As we know, those team GPAs are not the highest.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, even under regular circumstances, just we were all at college at a school that was, they're not big football school, but football players were prominent on campus. Mm-hmm. Like,
hell yeah.
You mean to tell me that if schools are back in session, like, which some are, like, I know up in my town, Iona just started classes this week. Mm. Like, you don't think that there's going to be parties off campus? Like, how are you going to keep tabs on 100 18 to 22-year-olds.
Yeah,
like,
and that's even if like even if it's just them on campus, because there's a lot of schools that aren't coming back on campus. It's optional. Like even if it's just them on campus, they're not gonna, like you said, like they're not always gonna be on. There's no way. As much as y'all implement curfews, as much as
you find a way around it.
They're kids. They're gonna do what they want to do.
Niggas be finesse. Niggas have finesse so much worse.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna do what they want to do, and like as we know, like a lot of people in our generation, which is unfortunate and a bit younger than us, don't care and don't really think about the repercussions.
Well, but that's the thing. It's not even just our generation, because you gotta think, even with baseball, like these motherfuckers, like they just went out to dinner. The Cardinals players, they was at the casino, like doing whatever. Fucking, you got
right,
people.
JT?
What was it?
Right, JT?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Me?
No. I'm just talking about like trusting people to do.
Well,
the
I was
right
gonna.
thing.
It was funny because I was gonna bring up the Lou Will thing with Magic City. I don't know how many times I'm gonna do this in a week in a row, but every week,
It's like,
Apologist, JT.
My man
Until
JT
the
is
NBA
on the-
season's over.
Right, my man
Oh,
JT
man.
is on the apology tour. Like,
Oh,
you
dude.
got niggas leaving the bubble, for DoorDash and fucking Magic City wings.
You know
what
what
I'm
it
saying?
is?
Like,
Keyword niggas. I ain't see Luca out here breaking quarantine. I ain't see Gordon Hayward out here doing it. Boban ain't. Boban been strictly sticking to the fishing and whatnot.
well, I mean,
Boban dropped 25 yesterday.
Exactly. You know why? Because he ain't leaving the bubble.
No one's. There's no way Boban can sneak out of the bubble.
Here's where my alter ego JT Ruckus comes out. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Nah.
you're the worst.
But no, it's that. But that.
Does the bubble need a catcher Freeman?
No, we might. Nah. But that's what the Adam Silver tip line was supposed to be.
About to
Did you
say,
hear about that?
They're going straight to Adam now. They're not even
him.
using the line. They're just
They're just texting him off rip.
Yo, Adam, I saw Jaylen Brown leaving his room at 12 o'clock.
who do y'all think in the NBA bubble would be the biggest snitch? Who's
Chris Paul.
Oh, Chris Paul.
This man got this guy for a tech in a regular game. Who was even looking at a jersey? I've always thought that was the stupidest thing. The stupidest rule in the NBA was like, you get a technical foul for not having your jersey in. I'm like, why? That's stupid.
Like majority of the NBA doesn't tuck it in.
I was about to say, like, we literally have alter ego, untucked
Tucked
Kyrie.
Kyrie,
I don't know. It's funny, but you know what? But just going back to the college thing, it's like we're seeing it with baseball, right? Where if you're not, and I guess all the sports now, and kind of NFL has to look at it too. The sports that are successful right now are the ones that are bubbles, at least in America, right? Because outside of the U.S., like with soccer, I don't know, they're not doing bubbles, but they've already done
they
this.
just don't have fans, but they're still traveling.
But they're still traveling to different places, but they've already done their social distancing, and we're good about
Yeah,
that.
they're okay.
And even the NHL, even though it's American known, they're in Canada right now, but they're doing the two bubbles.
Two bubble cities in Edmonton and Toronto.
Right.
So they got it figured out, and I think they just passed it like fourth straight week.
Hey, the PLL
Zero
didn't have
tests.
an issue.
Well, yeah, but look where they are.
Shout out to Ty.
Oh, big
Yeah.
facts.
Shout
Oh,
out to Ty.
yeah. Facts, Tyler.
Our episode 50 guest was Tyler Warner, just three-peated in lacrosse championships
Yeah.
with the Whip Snakes. So shout out to Ty. Harvard Medical, and then winning another chip.
Yeah,
He'll be-
yeah.
let's say.
That nigga lit. I don't fuck with him though, but yeah, that nigga lit.
Did they cut the nets in lacrosse, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they cut the nets.
You think he'll bring us one, like a little piece?
probably not, but it would be
No.
nice.
It would be nice. Well, we need.
Shit, he got
We
two.
need- well, we need
he got
the-
three.
Oh,
I
so
don't. I don't expect
so
him.
he got one to
I don't
spare.
expect the college one,
Yeah.
but you know he can.
He can
We
spare
should be
one.
like, yo,
We need something signed in here though.
I want to say we need
yeah.
the Whip Snakes jersey.
Yeah, we gotta get. Yeah. Oh, there's actually a link for that. We could
they
show
finally
them.
got the jerseys now.
Yeah, they.
Hey.
I think they still got the shirts, but
Yeah.
let me ask about the jerseys. and
Oh,
shit.
Listen, I still. You're gonna get one for here, and then I won't.
we're gonna hang it from the rafters like they did James Harden's jersey.
That's right.
in the strip club.
But no, but just going back to college, it's like the
Wow,
MLB.
Justin's really keeping us on track today.
I
guys.
am.
I'm proud of
He
you.
wants to hurry up and finish so you can watch the rest of the game.
Damn right.
Nah, go ahead though.
But
Ooh.
but we kind of like see like with the MLB, it's not working when you're just leaving it up to people at their own discretion. At least with the NBA, even though yes, some people did leave the bubble, for the majority, you're keeping them all in one area. NHL, the same thing. College football, how are you going to do that on these big sprawling campuses, right? Unless you're going to have checkpoints and stuff, not let these guys go anywhere. I don't trust, personally, I just don't trust a 19-year-old kid to think about everything, when it comes to being safe with this type of virus. It's like the unknown. And that's one of the biggest things. I think for me, like if I had a kid, I would not want him playing football this year. Like there's just Because even if my kid is protecting himself and being safe, I don't know if, like, let's say the backup offensive lineman was out here partying and then brings it back to the locker room.
It's too much unknowns, bro.
And then now we have an outbreak.
It's too much unknowns. And even like Mark, I don't know if y'all heard, but Marcus Stroman of the Mets, he opted out.
Yeah.
From the MLB.
That's because the Mets is garbage. It has nothing to do with COVID.
Well,
once he was like Cespedes just dipped out, he was like, bro.
And boys had a rough week, and he was like,
you know what? he said free agency sound nice, but all right, just going off of what he was saying though, like he's basically saying like, yo, like there's too much unknowns. Like we don't know, like. You got niggas out here that's just casually going to dinner, and I do credit the Indians because they actually like held their players accountable and said, yeah, like you're not playing, like you got to quarantine basically, which is pretty. I do fuck with that, but like with Stroman basically was saying like it's too much shit that's out of his control. Like you know what I'm saying, like like shit, I could be quarantining, but I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas is doing.
You're leaving it up to other people, and that's the scary thing,
right? Like if Lou Will. Like, and I mean, thankfully he's COVID free. But I mean, if Lou Will like wasn't on photo, like we would never know he was at Magic City.
Never known. Mm-hmm. And NBA wouldn't have never known, and they probably would have only given him, I think, the regular 4-day quarantine.
That was the point your boy Shannon,
as opposed to the 10-day one.
Right.
So,
it's had a great steak last night though. Before we move on to the next part of baseball, do you guys want to touch anything else? Now that we're actually the topic.
Well, I guess I just kind of want to get you guys a gauge on like the player movement in college football, like with spearheaded by Trevor Lawrence, you know, like who's supposed to probably be would have been the number 1 pick in next year's draft.
Probably still will.
And it's just
Pence was the number 1 pick.
And it's guys just saying like we are united, like they want to play. Like I think that's the issue.
Of course
here.
they
want to play, but it's like, but we have a
career.
list of demands, and their demands are like, you know, make sure we're safe. If we opt out, can we get our scholarships back?
They're realistic
et cetera,
demands.
Exactly, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just trying to think about like how that, you know, just plays into the decision making and thought process of these schools. Like, can they act? Even though we all know the schools want them to play, but can they actually guarantee that?
I don't know. They're losing money, so I feel like if money wasn't a factor in it
For the NCAA, if they actually cared about the kids, crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I mean, I one of my favorite episodes of South Park is the Crack Baby Basketball Association because it literally rips the NCAA to shreds. Mm-hmm. Like
Matt Stone, Trey Parker, everybody.
I don't care. Like you can cancel South Park all you want. That is some of the smartest
That's
TV.
a comedy. That's a comedy's role.
Like that is some of the smartest TV out there.
I mean, listen, they've been on fucking the air for over 20 years.
Yep.
So that's shit.
Man's Cartman went up into. He was at the University of Colorado, right? And he was like, "Oh, how do you get around your slaves? I mean, student athletes." And I was like, "Yo, bro."
Yeah, like they used to really be sneaking in the craziest shit. But
anything else on that college football?
on college football, nah. Everybody should just take the year off, or just wait until the spring.
Yeah, you know how colleges don't care about your admission much? They would be like, yeah, you can defer if you just don't want to do it right now. Like, yeah, they should just defer this year.
That's right. Simple solutions to a complicated problem, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, let's talk about how our boy Red Riot coming up. Yes. Oh my God.
Finally.
But
I knew it was gonna happen though, because and I'll tell you exactly why. Because we fucking can't stay healthy. We're the Yankees. It's like, yo, this is what we do. It's always somebody is fucking hurt, and then it's always the next man up.
I'm just glad that it's minor, and hamstring is like. Hamstring in baseball makes the most sense to me, especially for someone playing DH because they're sitting most of the time, and then you're asking them to run, and it's just super easy to pull it. So to me, that makes the most sense.
Stanton, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Also, we got to see, they have that new strength conditioning coach who is apparently great and very well respected. So let's hope this isn't a trend. And I mean, it. Like I said, like hamstrings, that's super common.
I mean, through 16 games, if we got one hamstring strain, I feel like that just might be Stanton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm not particularly worried.
Who slimmed down?
He
did the skinny LeBron thing because he's always been mad bulky.
Yeah.
and he'd like slimmed down.
They
but
said my boy Stan lost 20 pounds. He looked great. Like like when he actually like seeing him in the box, like he looked great. But I mean,
and he's been having a good, pretty solid stretch.
Had a home run on Saturday. He was at
crushed it.
Yeah, that shit was bad. Yeah, he don't fucking get baby home runs. Everything is fucking like 800 feet.
Man,
plus.
I wish we had him last season with the balls, the juice balls,
with the juice balls.
Yeah. Juice balls.
Nobody's gonna say pause.
Oh wait,
no
talk about
cool.
we gotta actually discuss something real quick because we're talking about juice balls right now. No pause, of course. Before you came into the studio, Justin said that there's two things that that get him really really excited about basketball. Would you like to tell John about these two things?
Oh yeah, great ball movement and backdoor cuts.
You heard it.
I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I think, John, you can agree. Like, when you see...
So,
John, you didn't tell me to know.
All that was said about that was that, well, I always say this is that Justin be having these Freudian slips, and then Matt was like, oh, it's a double entendre, not even on purpose.
Don't ask me how.
Yeah, don't ask me how. Nice. Great ball movement and backdoor cuts. Y'all heard it here first, ladies.
I'm just saying, man.
He's a ball purist.
Y'all just trying to.
He respects the game.
I'm just saying, when you see your team have an excellent ball movement, when it's Luka driving into the paint, he kicks out to Seth. Seth passes back out to Porzingis, and somehow, boom, around the curl screen, there's a wide open Luka for a three. You're not telling me you're excited?
You like when
I didn't disagree with you.
But you're not coming to my defense, John, and I don't like that.
You like when people are wide open?
It's tough love. Stand up for yourself. But before we do get into basketball, yeah, I mean, I'm happy like that he's getting a shot. It sucks that it's Giancarlo getting hurt, but at least you know that's someone who's not going to lose their spot. I really hope they send Andujar back down because what the fuck is he even doing here? Like, there's not a damn thing, not a damn thing. So, in no world has his bat been better than Clint's at any point since he's been hurt.
So I'm gonna just say this in regards to Clinton, and I guess if Justin got anything to say, you can input. But I just think. You let Clint play. Let's let him play. Like, let him play so we can know. Because I think we as fans, we deserve to know what the fuck Clint Frazier is at this point. Because if this man is nice, we gotta like find out if he's nice. It can't be no half in, half out. Like I'm saying, bro.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, let him play.
Teach him to play fucking first base or some shit. Like, goddamn.
Trade him. I'm over it.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
I'm about to say, like, the return.
I want him on the Yankees.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, the return that we actually got from the Andrew Miller trade, which was Clint Frazier, and then from the Aroldis Chapman trade, which ended up being Gleyber Torres, it's like, we really set ourselves up for the future, like, in a good way. So I don't think, like, we should just trade, like, what we have.
And that's my thing where you're saying that, like, we were trying to figure out whether Andujar was a farm person and why they're, like, valuing him so high. I feel like it's just because he had that one good season. That was Aaron Boone's first year. So he was like, oh, it's my guy. Like, but my thing is, the fact that they had to trade for Clint Frazier means that they gave something up versus just having a kid come through the system.
Right.
I feel like it's worth more. Where it's like you need to see what, like you said, return on investment, see what that is.
And that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, they gotta let him. Mike Talkson's been playing really well, so I see him staying up as
Togman has been
outfielder.
Playing outstanding.
But they be putting him everywhere.
Yeah,
like he take reps in center field too for like Aaron Hicks and shit.
And he's fucking left-handed, so he's really not going anywhere.
Yeah. So either way, I just think if you're gonna keep Talkman and Andujar, fucking option Andujar and keep Clint up. Like it's some bullshit.
Well, yeah. Well, Clint is. I don't know if he's in the lineup today. I probably could find that out because the game is tonight. But yeah, I'm really hoping to see Clint do well because I mean we saw it last year when everybody was hurt. I mean Clint Frazier was shit. He basically hit 20 home runs before he got hurt, and then he came back, and then it was a whole weird situation. But
that's the thing. Even before the season started, he was still fucking hitting. That's it. He comes up and he's giving you that offense.
Yep, that is indeed what he does.
I don't know, man.
But I'm excited to see what happens. 10-6 through 16 games. I'll take it. But, we got to be better. Niggas trying to win this chip. You heard me.
Yeah, facts.
And
been a little, that pitching's been super shaky recently. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm telling y'all were trying to get me to give J.A. the benefit of the doubt this season.
Yeah,
now we're trying.
No, bro.
He
was supposed to. He actually got scratched from his start today.
Thank God.
Because
I'm sick of him.
Because
he's old Sonny Gray. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
And the crazy thing about Sonny Gray is that nigga is nice on the Reds, bro. I don't know what it is.
Not everyone can play in New York, man.
Yeah.
Not everyone can play in New York.
I was about to say. So interesting stat. J-Hap has the same amount of strikeouts as he gave up home runs, which is 3. And I think 3 starts. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's very bad.
I can give you that.
I was about to say,
say my fastball only clock out at maybe like 70, if that.
if that, niggas said, shit, I don't know.
This man has 3 strikeouts and 3 starts.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's not even like he's one of those like contact pitchers where it's just like he gets outs.
Like Tanaka?
Yeah, like because Tanaka will have like games where he goes 6 innings and only has like two or 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, but it has like 3 ground balls.
Exactly, like 3 ground balls
inning.
every inning. Like, it's, dang,
That ain't right.
this man just out here for cardio.
Yep. But yeah, man.
Our only good pitchers are starting pitchers are Garrett Cole and Tanaka.
Yeah.
No, Monty.
Monty's
Monty's
been
solid.
playing well. He's been
Monty,
playing
all
well.
right, but I will say, all right, but hold up. I don't want to shit on James Paxton. I know that but he did have 11 strikeouts. That can't go unnoticed. He can get people out, but
I agree.
I
think I texted that in the chat.
He got confidence issues, man. He got confidence issues. Like,
That don't work in New York.
Yeah, definitely don't. It don't. You don't feel bad for nobody here at all.
Listen, when you come here, you gotta come to play.
Yeah.
You knew what it was. You were a free agent. We didn't trade for him. He was a free agent.
Yeah. But he's about to be a free agent at the end of this season. If he keeps being if he keeps being shitty, he's not getting re-signed because
I don't
Tanaka,
see us re-signing them anyway with Severino coming back potentially.
Yeah,
so.
I'm about to say. And Tanaka's a free agent. We definitely gonna re-sign Tanaka. That's not even a thought in my mind.
Should re-sign Tanaka and we should see if we can get Stroman on a deal.
I'm about to say, well, I mean,
If we can get Stroman on a deal to shore up the rotation with Tanaka, Sevy, Cole, and then Stroman.
I'm about to say Stroman has to be the 4th or 5th starter.
And that's
probably the 5th because
I don't know, bro. I mean, but even so, if you got Stroman as your fucking 4th or 5th starter,
it's solid. No, it's good.
Potentially with Devi Garcia coming up.
Ooh. That old ass catcher they pulled up set them arms already. It's Devi and some other dude.
Oh, Chance no, what the fuck is his name?
Chance Adams.
No, not Chance Adams. No, it's not Chance Adams. I know who you're talking about though. Why am I blanking on his
talking
name?
about that.
I mean, I guess it kind of goes without saying how much longer. I mean, I know they struggled in the series against the Rays, right? The Yankees. How much longer until we worry about
Clark Schmidt is his name.
Sanchez and Gleyber? Like, how is it? Do we give it another week, another 2 weeks?
All right, my thing
before we actually really start to worry, because Gary's hitting under 100 right now.
Okay, Gary, I'm worried about. Gary, I've been worried about. Gleyber, I still think one because he's super young and he's still giving us shit in the field. Like we're getting something from Gleyber, even if it's not his bat. Gary, it's still.
But Gary been okay behind the plate.
This weekend he wasn't.
This weekend he struggled.
This week
I don't know. Yeah. I've been thinking about this recently. Like, when is Gary's contract up?
Probably the same time as Judge.
And what are we gonna do?
Is he on an arbitration deal? I could look that up.
Like, what are we gonna do? Because it's not even like, and you know I am like health is always an important thing, but it feels like every time, and it feels like it's how many slow starts to a season, how many, you know what I mean? And then once he finally gets going, he gets hurt.
I doubt they give up on him unless he has a massive just fall off the cliff type.
But what if he just doesn't want to? Like, what if he wants a lot of money?
Well, then you got to. I mean,
because this is a potential like.
You might be deciding
catcher.
You might be deciding between having to pay Judge and Gleyber or Judge and Gary or
I don't think it's a hard
decision. I'll tell you.
Gleyber has to be the one you pay.
Well, Gleyber, yes, you have to pay. Judge, you have to pay. And Gary is not an unrestricted free agent until 2023.
Okay,
which is his third, and he'll be 30 at that point.
Well, that's the problem also with Judge as well, because Judge is 27 right now.
Yeah, Judge is old, but it's baseball, and he's mad athletic.
But still, I mean, they do show the numbers. Like, guys, once they pass like 31, 32, like, the drop-off is crazy. I mean, Judge is also an anomaly.
Yeah.
So it may not be the case.
One is that he's... Listen...
I'm not saying I don't want him. I'm just saying like,
he's a biracial angel, and the black side gonna kick in. Like that's how I feel about the age thing. But he's also he's an athletic freak, man.
My girl asked about that too.
This is the other problem is that Stanton is literally on the books until 2028, and I know that sounds so John's looking at me like what the fuck.
I mean I knew that was coming.
So
At least you don't have to worry.
He's a DH for years to come, but I feel like Judge could also DH, but it's like you want both of them in the lineup at the same time.
Well, I'd rather Judge in the lineup than Stan because Judge's glove is way better.
Yeah, you want Judge in the outfield.
Yeah, I mean, no. I'm saying yes, you want Judge in the field, but I'm saying it's like if it gets to the point where he's not as good of an outfielder or not as mobile of an outfielder, or if he's having like injury problems, I'm saying like that's a dude that you want in the lineup. So I mean,
but at that point, it'll probably be easier to move Stanton.
Yeah, I hope so. That man's getting paid for a while.
That's a big contract to move.
Towards the end of his career. I mean, towards the end of the contract.
I don't know how I don't know how it's structured, but I mean, I see a lot more teams are going.
Listen, the Marlins got out of Robbie shit. So
so you want to know?
I mean, that was highway. Looking back at that trade, that was highway robbery. Oh my gosh,
Marlins got out of that shit.
Yeah. It's funny because before you got into the studio and I kind of want to transition into basketball. But if do y'all have anything else to say about baseball right now?
I'm good.
I know black, I Dominican.
I know black. I know black. All right, John. So me and JT was talking about this superstars, right? Do you think a team? Let's talk about in the spectrum of basketball can trade for a superstar, and do you think that will change the dynamic of the franchise? Like, will it make you a team ready to win? Let's put it like that.
Can you trade for a superstar and be ready to win?
Like,
shit depends on how much you give up.
All right. So
this is about Ben Simmons?
No, it's actually about a potential trade to the Knicks that I'm not entertaining, but a lot of Knicks fans are entertaining. So,
all right, let me hear it.
So they're talking about
the vice president.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I know. I might get in trouble for tampering word to Draymond, but what's it called? So they were talking about Devin Booker basically, and then I know. But they were talking about Devin Booker coming to the Knicks, and they were talking about what we would have to give up to get him. And I'm thinking, like, if you're the Suns, you gotta at least ask for RJ. You gotta ask for everybody that's young, basically. Like, you could ask for RJ, maybe Knox and Frank if they willing to give that up, and probably a pick. But I figure, like, doesn't that set you back, like, tremendously? As a franchise, the Knicks.
Okay. If you have to give up picks, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why this trade's a little different is because I see if that trade happened and Devin Booker comes to the Knicks, guess what? They're still going to get high draft picks for the next 2 years because they're not going to win.
But I feel like it's pointless to waste somebody's, like, young years like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't...
Aren't you putting Devin in the same position as he would be in
the Suns?
Phoenix?
Exactly. Those are two bad... That's what I'm saying. In this scenario, that's what I'm saying. This trade is different. Because in that scenario, both the teams are not good organizations.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically... He's literally going to a team that's further back than his Suns team is right now.
Right. So all right. So my argument to this is I use the Melo trade, for example, and it's been, I guess, like a little bit over
almost
10 years.
Yeah.
Since it happened. And if you think about it in the long... Now we could actually go back. Who actually won the trade? I mean, yes, we had a superstar player in Carmelo Anthony, and he was great for the city of New York. But organizational-wise, who won the trade? It had to be the Nuggets.
Because they forced the trade, and the man was going to come at the end of the season for nothing. You could have had all the talent you built up with him.
Raymond Felton, Wilson Chandler, Danilo Gallinari.
Gallo is nice, bro. Gallo is super underrated player.
But the thing is, Gallo's not a... I think the problem is Gallo's not a star.
Yeah, but then you could have had him with Melo.
You could have.
That's what I'm saying. They could have kept all of those pieces with Melo. Mm-hmm. But they didn't.
You know what trade we didn't think about, Miles?
What?
More recently.
Oh, then...
I was going to say Kyrie, the Celtics-Cavs trade.
Okay.
And how the Celtics traded for a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of just didn't work out. I mean, there's a whole lot of factors that went into it, but it's probably the best or the most recent example of...
Yeah, but the thing is, they Isaiah Thomas was budding at that time, and also his injury just made that trade kind of like pointless at that point.
Yeah, but even at Isaiah's peak, he wasn't Kyrie.
Yeah, but the thing is, what else did they give up?
If
anything,
it wasn't straight up.
If anything, they would have gave up their picks, which the Celtics are good, so their picks don't matter that much.
Celtics and their picks, man.
Yeah, and they have like 40 picks, so they didn't lose much on that. They really didn't.
No, I'm not saying that they lost. I'm just saying like it's another trading for a superstar that didn't really pan out. I mean, they're okay in the end. I mean, they have a great team right now with Tatum and Brown and Hayward and Kemba, but
and that's also I was thinking about that when I got a notification this weekend saying that the Cavs were trying to put together an offer for Ben Simmons.
But why?
See, it never
It's all right. My thing with that is Ben Simmons is not a superstar. He will never be till he can be involved in a half court offense.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't get it. I don't get what they're doing. I don't get why the Sixers would be enticed with that with the Cavs. To me, none of it makes sense.
Yo, so all right, so I'm talking about same season shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about you go back to the past. Let's go back to 05. You think about basically everybody that won, every team that won was either acquired in free agency or homegrown talent. Trades trading for a superstar almost never works out.
With the only exception being Toronto.
Yes. But like we said, that's kind of like the asterisk, because if you think about it,
So it's outliers.
That's really the outlier. But at the time, you trading Kawhi Leonard in a pick, or you trade DeMar DeRozan in a pick for Kawhi Leonard, it's like
DeMar DeRozan's like level NBA recognition wise was pretty similar.
Well, that's the thing. That's what we were talking about as well. It's not like you're trading away like a whole bunch of assets to just bring in Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
You were trading almost,
Similar
similar
value.
talent
At the time.
Similar value, yes.
and a draft pick or two to just put you over the hump.
Pirtle.
Hey man, I still like Jakob Pertl's game out of Utah. I still like his game.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely see your point. It's just to me, it's just on the deal, because I think the Mavs did one, and the Mavs, even though they traded away a bunch of picks, I think we're set up pretty well.
Well, y'all said, but that's the thing. KP not a superstar yet.
KP was an all-star right before he got hurt.
He was an all-star, but he's not a superstar though.
Yeah,
I think we can.
And he was coming in to be I think you can agree,
the number 2,
the Robin
Yeah.
to Luca's Batman.
You know what I'm saying?
but still, like, I mean, we all saw the potential there in that sense.
Yeah,
But
oh,
I
no,
do get what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
But like, that's the last thing I feel like for a player like that with a bunch of assets.
Mm-hmm.
That and then the Anthony Davis one.
To Lakers from the Pelicans.
But we
'Cause that's
still,
a lot of
but we
assets.
still.
Jury out on that one.
The jury is out.
The jury.
But being number one in the Western Conference that's an accomplishment.
I mean,
for a team that didn't make the playoffs.
It's also a
From the
team that
year
has LeBron James. I don't.
That would have been the 4th seed if he didn't get hurt last year.
I mean, but I think they probably are a 2 or a 3 seed this year.
No, but I'm saying if we just talk about I'm just talking about based on the argument you guys brought up,
Which
You're
is
trading a superstar for a bunch of assets.
but on both ends though, LeBron still didn't win yet. I mean, we could revisit this in October if the Lakers win, and then I'll.
But you're already seeing at least a marginal improvement.
I mean, yeah, improvement, but we talking about what?
I think it was more so like if there is no superstar, or if that's how you think you're gonna do it. If there's no superstar, like how the Knicks, there's nothing there, and you trade all your assets to get this guy.
Got you.
As opposed to, I guess, in the case with LeBron and AD.
Yeah, what was the last big trade like that where a team had nothing and pulled something off?
And it actually worked.
No, in general.
Oh, about to say in general. I mean, the Melo trade is the most infamous one. I think the Celtics trade is another infamous one.
I was gonna say PG, but he's coming to play with Kawhi.
But I don't, because even when he first left the Pacers, like they didn't, he's going with Russell Westbrook. Like it's not like the Thunder had nothing.
Yeah, that's to say he was going to be a Batman, and then I mean the pieces they gave up was still good.
Yeah,
I think, and if you look at it now, I think it's almost kind of equal. Victor Oladipo and Sabonis,
yeah,
with some draft picks, I would think would equals out that trade.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know when was the last time a team that had nothing just got
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, the Cavs trading for Ben Simmons and the Knicks trading for Devin Booker makes no sense because they can be number ones, but they can't be number ones if there's nothing else around them.
Does the Nets technically count?
The Nets Celtics one?
No, the Nets Warriors one. Because technically speaking, they traded to get Kevin Durant. And that was before Kyrie signed. Right?
Nah.
Because the thing is, that wouldn't have been a trade.
Right. It's a sign and trade. It was for
It was a sign and trade. It was, obviously for cap.
That wouldn't have been a trade.
All right.
I can't really think of anything. But I do agree with what you guys are saying. Because unless a team gets fleeced, it's not happening.
Damn,
Like
really?
unless the team that's trading for the superstar fleeces the other team, it can't work out. Like it's either that or you have the fucking best management in the world and the best scouts in the world that are just finding all these people.
Mate, my only thought was gonna be James Harden, but at the time he wasn't a superstar.
He wasn't a superstar. I don't even think he was an all-star yet. He was just a good
He
player.
was the third
He just had mad potential.
Yeah, he was the third option on a really good team.
I'm telling you, bro. There's no way that trading for, like, I'm thinking about it now because even the Celtics teams,
GMs are good and they go, if we have something that you want and you're there's a lot of reasons for a team that has nothing to trade for a superstar. Ticket sales being one of them. Because the superstar people are gonna come watch regardless.
I mean, that definitely
so that's the thing. So it's like at that point, like GMs are good, you know? Like, well, they'll be like, okay, if you want this, we're gonna bleed you dry. And that's where it comes in. That's where the business side of the NBA comes in. It's not the trade fucking sim in 2K. Like where you can be like, all right, these are the 2 players that I'm gonna put up and let me see all the offers I have from every team.
Yep.
Like that's not taking into consideration the actual business side.
I do love that. If there's one aspect I love about 2K in the franchise mode, it's that if you want to trade for somebody, you just put their name in the thing and it just brings you like 20 different trade offers. I'm like, oh, this is great. But I was thinking, I was to go back to Nets. Yeah, that the one with the Celtics was horrendous.
Yeah,
and that was, I guess, technically speaking, that was trading for another team's superstars, but they weren't.
But you guys already had.
We already
pieces.
had Deron Williams and
Joe
Johnson.
but to be honest,
And Brook Lopez.
How long ago was that trade? That was 2012, 2013.
2012 going into 13.
Well, whack ass Paul Pierce.
The truth, it's like, nah, but
Yeah, the
if you
truth is he's mid as fuck.
if you think about it though, 7 years later, like even though the Nets was ass for like a couple years after that, like 7 years, like I mean, it ended up working out for them.
I mean, there was a stat I just saw.
I think they're an outlier in that situation.
And I mean, they're
Because
definitely.
they ended up finding talent. They ended up having Kenny Atkinson.
Only after we had a complete teardown of the front office.
Exactly.
But I think that's also an important step with things like this too, is how you move after, and that's what the Knicks are currently, the state they're in now.
Yeah, and the
how
same
you
thing the
move.
Pelicans did with David Griffin.
Yep. So, the fun stat is that the Nets have made the playoffs in every year but 3 that they've been in Brooklyn.
And those were what the 3 years that
The past 3
The
years.
2
years
the
ago.
year before last. So those 3 years, when we were just garbo.
So there you go. So there you have it. And I mean, and the Celtics ain't win shit. And I mean, their draft picks. I mean, they do have a very good team. Like that's right now better than the Nets without KD and Kyrie. But then when KD and Kyrie come next year, it's like, oh.
But it's like
The Celtics also just have picks from like every team in the league.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
That's a fact. Danny Ainge, Fleece Johnson out here.
Yeah, but he's just holding them.
Yeah.
Just the point of having assets if you don't use them.
Well, I mean,
Those
that's the point. Is you have them.
I'd rather have them than not have them.
Yeah, listen, trust me. Shit, I would like some assets as a Knicks fan right now. I would love some assets.
You got some from us, but
Yeah, I mean that. Listen, that was and every time when I'm watching the fucking Mavs and Bucks game
the bubble?
on Saturday, bro. And
Just
I'll get to
come on.
I'll get to the bubble in a second. But every time KP scores, I'm just like, we traded this man.
Alabaster Ewing.
We traded this man. Why?
Bro, he is, oh my God.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And he said he slimmed down. And he's like,
even more? Yeah.
no, because remember he got Aki
Yeah,
for the
he-
season.
yeah, he did.
But he
He-
was like,
yeah.
over the quarantine, he slimmed down a bit, and he was like, and he feels so much better.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just didn't get enough time with his new body to adjust his shot.
Right.
So that's why he's been hooping.
Yeah, nah. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with my son KP. I'm fucking with the Mavs. I'm fucking with the bubble, yo. I gotta come in and correct myself because a few weeks ago, before the bubble started, I was like, all right, well, whatever. This shit's not gonna be interesting to the playoffs, yo. This has been some of the best basketball I've ever seen in my life, and I will be willing to
It's been
die
fucking
on
amazing.
die on that hill because, as a Knicks fan, like my favorite times in basketball was obviously when Melo was there, obviously Linsanity, but like right now, this is like one of the more memorable times in basketball because every game is so fucking good. It's like it's literally you putting all the good teams in the bubble, and they all got something to play for.
And a couple mid teams that are playing really hard.
Yeah, I mean, listen. For as much as like I don't be watching the Nets on a regular, like I've been tuned into a good amount of these games, and the Nets have actually been winning with who? You know what I'm saying? With who? You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Chris Chioza Hive, Timothy Luau Cabaret. Let's get this money. Jeremiah Martin, Donta Hall, Justin Anderson, the pride of Virginia.
Nah, chill. Let Justin Anderson rock. That's my guy.
Let's
I
go.
wish I had Michael Beasley and Jamal playing though. But also,
we don't need him.
What was I going to say?
I mean, I would like to see Jamal.
You hated Luwalu Cabaret like 2 weeks ago.
I hated Luau. I did. I hated him the whole season. But hey, that nigga balling, so I got to give credit where credit's due.
Real quick. Porzingis before the bubble, 19.2 points per game, 9.5 rebounds per game, 54 true shooting. In the bubble, 29.4 points per game, 10 rebounds, 57.2 true shooting.
You know what it is?
It's a small sample size, but I give you that because he's been hooping.
You know what it is. You don't got no distractions. The hose ain't bothering you after the game, so you can get up more reps after the game, before the game. I'm telling you, man.
Well, Jaylen Brown.
Look how many dudes is hooping now in the bubble that weren't hooping during the regular season.
And I like the fact that, and this actually just came in. The NBA basically said that they're gonna do like an all bubble team, like since first.
Yeah, they're doing bubble
good.
awards. That's what's gonna
they doing the bubble awards. That's fire because. I mean, it's not like it's gonna count for anything, but like, yo,
it's still cool.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, it's definitely.
Who'd you have? Your five? Your
all
top
seeding
five
team.
That's
what they're calling it.
Yeah, or like your first team all bubble.
All right, wait, let me go first.
Okay.
All right, I'm taking. Oof, this is gonna be.
So 2 guards, 3 forwards.
Two
backcourt, 3 front court, or just top 5 best players.
However
right
you
now?
want to do it. However you.
I'm going
so then
the
it's top 5 players you want.
Okay, so 5.
Your personal top 5.
Oh,
Five-
that you want, or
Come
just
on,
not 5?
Y'all
No,
y'all taking the fun out of it.
5 best bubble players right now. That's it.
Yes, it's.
I'm going
yes.
guard, forward.
So you're doing an all bubble team.
I'm going front court, back court.
all
okay.
bubble. That's all bubble.
All
team.
bubble team.
Okay.
All right.
All right. This is gonna be this is tough because I'm torn between for the 2 guards, Luka, Damon, and Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say I got to put Devin Booker in there because they haven't lost.
Mm-hmm.
And damn son,
That's what I was gonna say. Does Luka count as a guard or a forward?
Up to you.
All right.
You guys use your imagination, man.
I gotta man. But then again, yeah, all right, I gotta throw Damon there. I love Luke. I'm sorry, but I gotta throw
you
Damon.
put Luka as a front court.
All right, fine. For purpose of conversation, all right, cool. So I'll throw Luka in the front court. After that, I gotta put. Let me see. I gotta throw AD because AD has also been killing. I gotta give the man his credit.
And he only dropped like
And
8
then-
points the other night.
Bro, he had like 30 last night.
He had 8 the game before. Let me stop.
And then he was killing. And he was killing against the Clippers.
Braun Lucky, you got him. Damn.
I mean, well, listen, we talking about centerpieces, and I also got to throw T.J. Warren in there.
That's what I was gonna say.
I got. Yeah, that's what I got.
Top 5 best bubble players right now.
Go ahead.
That's it. All right. No order, but T.J. Warren has been bubble MVP. Definitely putting Luka up there because he's increased his shit. Also, I think it's funny. Like people have like in small pockets been saying throughout the season that Luka can be up for most improved because he jumped that much statistically. But the fact that he actually is a finalist for it now, people are like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know.
That's
they,
very
they,
tough.
They hate on my boy Devontae Graham. I'm just saying. I think
he's
if
not
there's
as-
anyone who had the biggest statistical jump,
Yeah.
I mean, the dude went from averaging 4 points to 20. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. But also, it's like they want a team with a winning record. So
boo.
So T.J. Warren's up there because, like you said, because the Suns. Yeah, I know how I feel about Devin Booker and the Suns in general, but because they're 4-0, you got to put Devin Booker in there.
Yep.
So Warren, Booker,
Luka.
All right, that's 3.
I feel like I gotta check some numbers, but Dame.
4.
Absolutely.
Is there even anyone in the East that I want to put? Not really.
There's
See,
There's a handful that have been playing really well.
I can name some names and I could see how you feel about it.
So I was gonna throw out. I was gonna
You can
have
say-
basically the same as you.
You could say Jason Tatum potentially. You could also argue Giannis, which I mean, you know.
Yeah, but he's missed
Yeah.
2 or 3 games.
And he sat a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause they haven't
he's
sat
sad
a
a lot.
I feel like there's someone in the West that I'm missing.
See, I was gonna have your exact list, John, and end it with Michael Porter Jr.
I was gonna say Michael Porter.
Like I was gonna have your
has been
exact list,
hooping.
but have
Ben
Michael Porter
Simmons
Jr.
that can shoot. I'm telling you,
He
bro.
has been
Light skin
hooping.
power.
But at the same time, James Harden's been hooping too.
James Harden has been hooping.
James Harden has been hooping. Oh,
I feel like next week we could have we could do 3. Like we could do a first team, second team, third team.
We could
at the end
because the playoffs will probably
I like that.
be just starting.
So right now it's just top 5, and then next week we'll do the teams.
Yeah.
So then I think right now I might put James Harden. To be honest, because they've climbed and he has been phenomenal. So.
I mean, playoffs start a week from yesterday. So
so we'll be good for that then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right. So another thing, John. So I already said Bubble's been amazing. All right. So I feel like this restart is a new season. Like this shit, dead ass is like the way that Justin put it. I think is perfect because he said earlier.
Oh my god. How could we in that top 5, low key, fucking Gary Trent. Dude, he's shooting 60%.
But John, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Everybody is hooping in the bubble.
This is literally what I was about to say.
Everybody is hooping in the bubble.
I was about to say, like, yo, and that's
why came back a new man.
Yeah, low key. I like this restart, and this is why. And I hate to say it, I hate to be this nigga, but like, yo, this ring is asterisky for me, bro. It really is. Like, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the Lakers win. It doesn't matter if whoever wins. But like the Blazers, for example, right? These niggas was not about to have the team that they have right now. Like with Nurkic coming back, with Melo fucking dropping 20 points again. Like what fucking year is this? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is literally to me a new season. You got Devin Booker and the fucking Suns, regardless of who they played and who they beat. Like they look like a solid team.
I think I agree with it being an asterisk. I don't think it's a negative asterisk though.
I didn't. Well. Okay,
I think most of the time the asterisks tend to have a negative connotation, just like when Richard Jefferson said that Warriors championship should have an asterisk, because basically everyone was hurt on the Cavs. Like every relevant person was hurt on the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
I think this season should be looked at as something different than every other season. I don't want to consider it a new season because part of dealing with the bubble is dealing with your season being cut, dealing with the pandemic, dealing with everything else. I just think that I think it's more difficult. But I think that it is different from other seasons, but I think in the way that winning it means more.
See, so all right, so I don't know if y'all remember this, but a while ago I came on here and I said like, yo, even though that whatever with the bubble and shit, like should we do a different trophy? And now like I'm way more inclined to thinking like, yo, even though like my thing is this, right? There's potential for the Lakers to play the Blazers in the first round. I'm not saying that they're gonna lose, but that's gonna be a very competitive series if that happens. Now you telling me if LeBron and this is a super hypothetical, you telling me if LeBron loses to Dame and the Blazers in round 1, we not gonna look at this season a little bit funny? Especially because if the regular season had continued, there's potential for the Blazers to have missed the playoffs. I mean, there's potential right now, but I don't think they will. And Nurkic wasn't going to be back. Hazonia was still hurt.
But that's also why I think that if the Lakers win, this means more than beating them as an 8th seed in the regular season.
And that's the caveat to it. But another thing, and JT brought up earlier. Damn, we talked about so much before you fucking got here. But fucking there's no team right now. Like there's no one team that looks like completely dominant. Like I think this is probably as level of a year of basketball I feel
like this is what we expected next year in the NBA to look like.
Yeah, because right now we really don't know. I
fucking love it.
Did you see the Lakers and Nuggets game the other day?
I did not get to.
You didn't get. All right, so basically, long story short, they had their whole bench in for the fourth quarter playing against Bron, AD, Kuzma, basically their best 5 against their bench. Their bench had 31 points in the fourth quarter and was killing. They ended up losing the game, but that's to be expected when you played against Bron and AD. But that shit was competitive. They was up at some point, and I'm thinking of it like this.
You can think about the Mavs game yesterday.
Well, yeah, indeed, bro. I'm saying like there's so much depth with all these teams, and everybody is playing so much better. Like the Nuggets was not about to like you said earlier. Michael Porter Jr. was not physically ready to play. He wasn't ready to play. Bo was not. Was it?
I don't know about Michael Porter because he was medically cleared. He just wasn't getting any burn before.
Yeah, I mean Mike Malone made him earn his time.
Yeah, he wasn't getting burn before.
But still, he was not physical. But
I feel like we're not going to be able to fully have some form of agreement on this until the playoffs happens, because of one point that a lot of announcers have been making was that the offense in the bubble has been phenomenal, but only one team has been playing defense. And we all know that in the playoffs, it's the defense that will take you where you want to go.
That's a fact.
So until teams like...
Who was the one team that they've been saying has been playing defense?
The Raptors.
Oh, the Raptors. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So until like that happens, and I feel like it's easier to get back into an offensive rhythm than a defensive rhythm. Mm-hmm. Like you can just be like, all right, guys, let's just save all our energy and just run up and down. D'Antoni offense. I feel like until teams start playing defense, that's when you're going to see the cream will rise to the top with that a bit more. But yeah,
rise to the top. All right.
That's the one thing.
Every time I hear that, I have to do that. But it's great. I love it. Loving every second. Loving every second of it. But I guess to Miles' point, it is interesting. Like my thing is like with players being healthy or being hurt at the end in March, being healthy now. I was looking at the Celtics with Kemba and like his knee injury, and they've been kind of weaning him back in, but it was kind of concerning to me because Kemba's knee was still giving him problems 4 months later. Like, how would that have affected the Celtics back in March when he first was out?
You're talking about this over last week.
Yeah, but I don't know. It will have an asterisk. Like you said, it should not have a negative connotation. I think it's the same way I look at the season like how I look at, I think, that 2011 season with the lockout.
The lockout, yeah.
Where it's like you have to acknowledge that a full 82-game season was not played. I think they only played 60 games that year, which is what they did this year. They got to 66 regular season games, and then, these 8, whatevers.
Yeah,
74.
This is a lot harder than the rest of the world being normal, and players just being like, well, should I get in shape or should I not? Because we don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, you see guys get in surgery. I don't think Bojan Bogdanovic gets that surgery
if the season
was still going. I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge gets that surgery if the season was still going. Yep. Then you have all the guys that opted out. That are key rotational guys.
Avery Bradley.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
imagine this Blazers team with Trevor Ariza.
Bruh, this Blazers team
it'd be different. It'd be a different team.
This Blazers team could potentially be dangerous. They could fuck shit up. Is what I'm getting at. Especially when Dame is on.
Them low seed teams in the West, man.
I mean, I'm about to say, I know it wouldn't really make that much of a difference, but with the Nets, sans KD and Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie was probably our best player. Throughout the season with him gone. Even though I hate him, Taurean Prince is still a key rotational guy. DeAndre Jordan gives us depth at center. Like, there's a lot of teams that have
make a difference.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal for the Wizards.
Bradley Beal, Davis Bertans for the Wizards. It's a lot. The asterisk should be there. I think you could still call it the Larry O'Brien trophy, but when we look at that, when we're at the Basketball Hall of Fame and we're going through the different years, there should be that
trophy like platinum or some shit,
right? like, make it a bronze trophy.
Oh nah, don't make it bronze.
Oh man, people will not like that. But I mean, it's gonna be.
There should be.
Do you remember that video? It was like LeBron's James. Do you remember that one?
Was it the Dominican
guy?
Yeah,
that looked exactly like him.
Hola, me llama LeBron James.
I know black. But anyhow,
there should be like little like dash, like asterisk, like championship won in the bubble or something like that.
Yeah, nah, facts. And I feel like with no home crowd, it's gonna take a whole different element. Oh man, I don't even know how to really like measure these games or not. Like no home crowd is like.
You see who the real hoopers are though.
Yeah, so
I think everybody forgot T.J. Warren was really a bucket in college. Like Ben McLemore has been killing it in the bubble.
Right.
And people kind of wrote them off, but it's like, when it's really just like hoops,
hold on,
these guys are problems.
Hola, te habla LeBron James.
And that same guy will go to you and tell you that he is not black.
Yeah, oh my God. That's funny as shit. Oh man,
I'm gonna try and put that in the video.
It's crazy because there's gonna be a point in time where in the near future I don't know what's gonna happen in the fall with the NFL, but where we're gonna have literally playoff we potentially may have playoff baseball, playoff basketball, regular season football, and playoff hockey at one time.
What to say
Sports fans' wet dream.
That's
regular
right.
hockey playoffs
I love
start
October
this week now.
Yeah,
dude. I'm just. Oh, shout out to the Rangers getting the number 1 pick.
Rangers number 1 pick, baby.
That's a fact.
You already know. Last year they got a Kako in the.
Wild name. Super wild.
It is a really wild name.
His name is Kako.
Kako. Mm-hmm. He's nice. He's nice. He only 18, but he's nice. Rangers gonna be nice next year. They got Artemi Panarin, Buchnevich. You know. Sorry.
No, I'll break the jersey back out. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, man. Hockey. Let's do that hockey.
I'm a fake Ranger. I'm a real Rangers fan, but like I'm a minor hockey fan, so I mostly just watch playoffs.
It's cold.
The only thing is I always check the score before I wear my jersey, so I don't look dumb.
I only wear my Rangers gear when I go to the game.
I don't want to wear my Rangers jersey the day after they lose.
Somebody got to
always check the score.
Somebody got to recruit me to be like part of their hockey team for me to like have interest.
See, well, that's the thing. Like I had a bunch of friends in high school that played on the hockey team, and they were Ranger fans. So and they took me to my first
Y'all
hockey
had a
game.
hockey team in your high school?
Yeah, Westchester has hockey.
That's tough. That's very tough.
We play at the. Ironically, though, they play the games at the Ice Hutch, which is an ice rink in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon does not have hockey.
Yeah, so help wanted, looking for a hockey team. If y'all want to recruit me, just
the Devils have
hold of me.
Devils have PK Subban. So
they got the black dude.
They had the black dude. So
where was he before?
Yeah.
What?
Where
was he before?
The Flyers?
No, he was with the Predators before.
Okay.
And before that, he was with the Canadiens, I believe. Mm-hmm. The Flyers used to have Wayne Simmons. He's with the Buffalo Sabres. Patrick Kane is with the Sharks, and they have some really nice uniforms, so maybe you want to get in there. And you know that new expansion team, the Kraken in Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
They just hired their play-by-play guy, first African-American play-by-play guy for hockey.
That's cool.
Wow.
So, I might cop a Kraken jersey. If their jerseys are fire.
No, those jerseys look, the mock-ups look dope.
Because, once they release those, that's
dark,
tough.
Like the black, like the dark, like teal.
That's tough.
Yeah, man. Yeah, JT Brown, I think, is still with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So,
shout out to black hockey players.
There it is.
I mean, yeah. Any other NBA thoughts or anything?
Nah, that's a difference.
Said it. Any hockey thoughts or NBA thoughts?
NBA thoughts.
No, I don't want to hear no hockey thoughts from you.
Oh, well, I guess we have to. Oh, can I do one more hockey thing?
Yeah.
Probably a bit of farewell to longtime Rangers goalie Henrik Lundqvist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He retiring?
Well, I mean,
so?
He's getting up there. They got this new guy, the new kid, Igor Shesterkin.
Igor, yeah, Igor.
And they have Georgiev as the backup as well.
My jersey is a Lundqvist jersey. So.
But you can't go wrong with that.
Oh, of course.
That's like getting like a LeBron James Cavs jersey.
Yeah. Nah, but Lundqvist is one of the goats.
New York. I would put him. He's probably on the Mount Rushmore of New York sports, at least in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And just longevity.
Oof. Who else is on in the past 20 years? Oh yeah, okay.
Him,
Jeter. So four people. So him, Jeter,
Eli,
and then
this last one
would be
Melo.
tough. Probably not Melo. I so if you're going from 2000 to 2020,
okay.
I'd probably put
who you put over Melo?
Yeah, we got 9 New York.
Can't put
sports
Jason
teams.
Kidd. It's too short.
No, not Kidd. I was thinking someone it wouldn't be Revis.
Nah, it would be Revis.
Even though he had a way better
career,
at least in New York.
He had a Hall of Fame career, but that Revis not wouldn't be on the Hall.
Jeter, Eli, Henrik.
Because I'm also thinking what Melo meant to the city.
It might, yeah, actually, yeah.
It might. I'm about to say,
it probably
bro,
might be Melo.
Yeah, it probably would be Melo, bro. I'm telling you, man. Y'all about to get me emotional and shit. I'm telling y'all, bro. This nigga Melo, he came to. I mean, yeah, he got traded, but he was gonna come here anyway, as John previously mentioned. But he stayed, bro. This man
played his heart out too.
Yeah,
he played every game, bro.
And New York did him foul, bro. After I'm telling you, we ain't deserve Carmelo Anthony, bro. We honestly
it's
did.
James Dolan's fault.
Yeah, we ain't deserve Melo, and yeah, man, that man.
He really bro. Mom, like I said, we used to watch almost every fucking game, and my mom used to be sitting here and be like, he really just playing very hard with nobody around him, knowing they're gonna lose.
Yep.
Hey, that's what you want.
I think it's Melo, man. I think it's
I gotta give it to Melo.
All right, so we'll go.
Lundqvist, Eli, Jeter, and Melo. I really can't think of a fourth person.
the only other person I'd replace Melo would probably be Mariano Rivera. Because I mean, because you can't really think of Jeter without Mariano.
Well, okay, I get that.
Okay,
I can see that.
I think it's okay.
I just
But if you had to go for one person in a different sport,
if it was for four different sports, then I guess you throw Melo. But if it's like just the four most significant, then I guess Mariano would be there. I don't think there's any Met that I would
probably David Wright, but he just didn't get
that
that
success.
Nah,
if he got a chip, it'd definitely be David Wright.
About to say Piazza, not even, and then DeGrom is like very recent.
He's on. I would say he's on the current.
Yeah, the current one.
Do we even have a current one?
Well, I mean, shit, it would be DeGrom, Judge.
I thought it was gonna be Jamal Adams, but nigga went left.
Right.
Nigga left. He was like, I don't want to be here no more.
So DeGrom, Judge, Saquon, and
DeGrom,
and we don't even know what Saquon in the next. Who knows if he's gonna be here in like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, he's a running back. So.
Yeah.
Nothing in basketball.
Tune in
And
for
Frank
the next.
Ntilikina.
Oh, brother.
Yes. It's either Frank or Julius Randle. It's gotta be one of them.
Lord fucking.
No, Julius hasn't been there long.
All right, man.
All right.
I think it's time.
All right.
Oh man.
You enjoyed these episodes.
I enjoy these episodes because they're free flowing and it just goes
No, these
on.
are some good episodes. Fun.
But other than that, in terms of the NBA bubble, most teams got 2 games left by the time this pod comes out.
Hey, let's hope the Mavs get the 6th seed by the time, and let's hope that the Mavs get the 6th seed and somehow the Blazers still manage to be in either 8 or 9.
If anybody cares, the game that was on today, Nets won, beat the Magic. Nets 5-2 in the bubble.
That's the most insignificant game right there.
It's okay.
Sorry. Just because it's the Magic.
I'm just happy for Justin.
Just because it's the Magic.
I'm happy for you, Justin.
It's gonna be a really sad day.
I just hate the Magic.
It's gonna be a really sad day in this podcast if the Nets get more wins in the playoffs than the Mavericks. On God, if you guys get swept and we lose in 5, it's gonna be a really bad day in here. Just know that.
My man's
I'm
coming.
not saying it's gonna happen.
My man's coming through like flex.
But it's gonna be it's gonna be a really bad day.
My man Justin gonna be like, yo.
I'm gonna come in like scared.
He gonna be like Chris Chioza.
Timothy Duawu.
What if everything is close?
Did you win? That's how I feel with the game with the series last year with the Sixers. Because it was only like 1 blowout.
But no one, I didn't come at you for that.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. If you guys get
You just
swept,
want your time to talk your shit.
I just do.
All right.
Can I just have this until next season when I can do it for real?
You got it.
All right, thank you.
I'll let you have this.
Yeah.
You know why? Because generally, I'm the only one in this team with
I'm about to say you're the only one that has good teams, John. Let me have this. Yay! Clap.
Being a Knicks fan sucks.
So with that, follow us at Sarutobi Sports on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can at least get to 100.
Niggas.
So we can try and get that real link. So we can sound real official. That youtube.com/Sarutobi Sports.
That's a fact.
We're working on that. Make sure you run up the other videos that we have, especially if you're new. Check it out. Check out the other shows. I will be uploading all the old anime book clubs at some point soon. It's just a lot of things that we've done. But follow me at Offended Narwhal. And Black Lives still matter.
Always matter. Black lives always matter.
Guys?
That's all I got. Have a good week, y'all. Be safe out here on these streets. Don't go past the Mason-Dixon line. It's dangerous down there.
I'm going to say, Black lives do matter until Luka's putting up a 30, 15, and 14 triple-double. And then it's like, I don't know.
Like all lives may matter.
Hey.
All lives might matter.
But in all seriousness,
I will say, one does.
I will say, shout out to Jaylen Brown's actually been probably doing
Luka's
the best
mom.
job in the bubble in terms of treating people.
You're crazy. Talk about Luka's poor mother.
Mom's aight.
Mom's aight though.
Yeah, you disrespectful.
Yeah, he's very disrespectful. I hope Luka listening to this is like,
Luka, I love you. I'm playing. I'm sorry.
Mom's aight though.
I see. Me and Miles can say because we not Mavs fans.
That's right. Hey. Go ahead.
Finish up.
Finish up, Negro.
That was it. That's it. I want to end on that because that was great.
All right, cool.
We'll catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down. I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I'm so cold.